so proud to announce a wonderful production tonight. Two Harolds. A short play written by, I guess, one of our own, Albert Fried-Cassorla.
Here he is, right?
Close enough. Hi, everybody.
Thank
you.
In the spirit of the Mermaid Playwrights Theater, we like to do original one-acts, and we have an original one-act by our very own. Our play will feature John Cameron,
Yay.
John Colgan-Davis, and Karl Zalinski. Wow.
We've reached our cruising altitude of 32,000 feet. You've turned off the fasten seatbelt warning, and you are free to walk about the cabin if you please. However, for your safety, we ask that when you are seated, you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times. We're anticipating smooth flying weather. Right now, we're off the coast of New Jersey, and we'll be staying close to the coastline for most of our flight. In Miami right now, it's 86 degrees and sunny. If we can be of any service to you during the flight, please let your flight attendant know. Have a pleasant flight, and thank you for flying American.
Man, those low clouds sure are pretty. Wow. Reminds me of when I was in the service in the Pacific. Of course, the clouds don't change much, I guess. Not like people. Take Priscilla, my sister. Sorriest old bat you'd ever want to meet. Until one day, when she was about 55, she heard the voice of the Lord. And now she's the sweetest black strap glasses. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. I forgot to introduce myself. My name's Porter. Harold Porter.
Gilligan. Harold Gilligan, please.
Hey, we're two Harolds.
I'd say that's rather adventitious.
What?
It's a coincidence.
I'm not so sure about that. And I bet if Priscilla was here, she wouldn't say it's a coincidence either. Let me tell you more about her. The funniest thing, the most surprising thing was where she heard the voice of the Lord. That's what people talked about then. That's what they're talking about now. Where she heard it. That she heard it there.
Where?
I'm sorry?
Where, Mr. Porter?
Oh, you can call me Harold. Can I call you Harold?
Certainly, if it pleases you.
Well, she heard it. At the top of a Ferris wheel.
Now, just a minute. Am I to understand that while revolving on a motorized emporium, she experienced a revelation?
I don't know where you got that. let me break it down for you. She was on this really big Ferris wheel. It stopped, and she was at the top. And she was with her niece, Wilhelmina. And man, Wilhelmina squeezing onto her, holding on like Spanish moss in the split. And that's what happened.
What happened?
That's when she felt the light streaming toward her. And she stood up to meet it. The car was rocking all the while, and she stood up to meet it. And he heard the voice. And the voice said, "Priscilla, you are the bearer of my mission. My charge to you is to love all, to teach and to show that love is the way. By this shall you be judged." Oof, oof.
My word.
Your word got my word, my lips to God's ear. And,
No?
well, I was just going to say, the funny thing about that is she's still that way today.
So I am to understand that this experience changed her irrevocably?
No, but it changed her life. She used to be sour as a lime, and now she's sweet as a ripe plum. Still is. If you were to meet her, you say, "This is one of the nicest people I've ever met." Trust me, trust me. Hey, Harold. I ask you a question.
You may have said,
I'll assume that means yes. Anyone ever told you you talk kind of funny? I mean, it's fine, it's fine. It's just talk a little funny. Anyway, the question I was going to ask you, have you ever been changed? Has anything ever happened to you to big time change?
you know, it is surprisingly gratifying that you asked me that. And I find that I would actually like to respond to you. Even though we just met, I feel somehow that we knew each other in a different time. Perhaps in a previous incarnation, you were a gazelle and I was an antelope, and we fled the lions together. I'll bet we were known as the two Harolds even then by the wildebeest.
Whoa. Let me ask you a question. You ever did a big time change?
Yes. And I'll tell you something that even my wife doesn't know. Where would I tell you that? I think not. Excuse me.
Harold. We were just getting to know each other. Now look, you're Harold, I'm Harold. We're two Harolds, we're sitting next to each other on this plane. Clearly it was meant to be. So come on, tell me.
Well, perhaps you're right. Perhaps it was meant to be. All right, I'll tell you. It happened when I was a young lad of 19, just before my sophomore year at Princeton. That would have been the summer of 1959. I went into my father's study. And my father was a most solemn man, and never more so than on that day. He asked me to be seated. "Son," he said, "it is your solemn duty and responsibility to care for the vast fortune which I am about to bequeath to you. I have arranged for you to have 1/2 of my money now while you're still young." He put his arm on my shoulder, and he said, "Trust is the hallmark of greatness. Trust and faithfulness. Be a wise custodian of your patrimony."
You know, I have to ask Harold. How much did he give you?
400.
400? Wow, that was the price of a good TV back then. I remember my first RCA. It was like...
No, Harold. No. 400 million.
Million?
Million, yes. Aluminium.
$400 million.
You've heard of Alcoa?
Harold? You's a rich man.
And so are you, Harold. You have your Priscilla. And I'll bet that you have nieces and nephews and grandchildren by the score who adore you. Now don't you?
Well, yeah, I do. Gee, that makes me rich. I got nieces that are so gorgeous, it'll hurt your eyes just to look at them.
You know, and I want to hear about each and every one of them. But
Okay.
would you pardon me for just a minute? I think I really need to slip out to the restroom. I'll be back though very quickly.
Okay. Oh my God. First class. Oh, let me call Chantel. Hello, Chantel? Yeah, it's your Uncle Harold. I'm calling you from 33,000 feet in the air. No, I'm not in heaven yet. Not in heaven yet. How's the prep for the wedding going? Oh, that's great. Now you gotta leave some work for Uncle Harold to do. I gotta do some decorating or something, okay? And how's Aunt Ida? She's gonna be there, right? She's recovered from her surgery. Well, good. I haven't seen her in a long time. You got a minute? I want to tell you something. I'm on this plane, flying first class, and I'm sitting next to this guy, and I think I might be making a friend. At my age, making a friend. He's very different from me. He talks kind of funny, like he's a college professor or a duke or something. But I think he's a nice guy, and we're having a nice flight. We're getting along. Okay. Well, he's going to be back from the restroom soon, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. Now, you take care of yourself. Yeah. You'll meet me at baggage claim. Oh, okay. I'll be there. Okay. Take care. I love you, dude. And you'll be able to recognize me. I'll be the one with the biggest grin in the whole state of Florida. Okay. Bye-bye.
Now, where were we? You were going to tell me about your family.
Oh, well, I was just talking on the phone to Chantel. That's my niece. She's getting married. That's why I'm going down to Miami, going down to her wedding. And I've got lots of nieces and grandchildren and all that type of stuff. We have a nice, big, loving, wonderful family. It'll be great to see them all. But tell me about your family. What are they like? Where are they?
Scattered like the sand, blown to the many continents.
Well, that's sad. Listen, I don't want to be insulting or anything like that, but I'm starting to get a little drowsy. I have to take these little cat naps and all that type of stuff. So I hope you don't mind if I just drop off for a little bit.
Not at all, Harold. I know I can be quite soporific.
What?
I'm very good at putting people to sleep.
Oh, well, I don't think so. But anyway, I'm just going to put in my earplugs and just doze off for a bit. You won't be insulted.
Not at all. Close your weary eyes.
Now, if I snore, wake me, all right?
Oh, very good.
I'll just sleep for about 10 minutes, just a little cat nap.
Oh, that, don't worry. My dear Persephone, as my closest cousin, you are my dearest relation. And I hope the feeling is mutual. While we seldom speak, I do sense that over the years we have achieved a certain dare I say it, commonality. I'm writing today to describe a most unusual encounter I'm having with a man quite dissimilar from myself. Though he does have his own natural and uncultured charm. Yeah. His name is Harold, like mine. And while we are very unalike, I find that his warmth and his peacefulness seem to me quite advantageous. In fact, if I were more like him, I would not be the nervous wreck that I am. In fact, I might even find that I was contented with life. I trusted him. And then quickly I trusted him no longer. I might even, in a thrice, reject him for some small, superficial reason. Something always seems to get in the way of me connecting with him, or anyone else for that matter, save you, my dear Persephone. I wonder why that is. And I wonder if I might learn from this uncouth soul, this warm and utterly sincere bumpkin, who nevertheless seems to have the proverbial heart of gold. Wondering does seem to be my fate, does it not? I am, quite sincerely, your cousin, Harold Eustace Gilligan III.
That was good. This takes us on a short little cat nap, and then I'm good to go again. Now, where were we? Oh, yeah, you were telling me about your family, scattered to the winds and all that stuff.
Now,
Don't you have anyone?
well, there is Anthony Herndon. He manages my estates, my investments. He lives in Miami. In fact, that's where I'm going right now.
Oh, okay.
We're in contact via email constantly throughout the year.
Oh, that's good. You like it?
No, he's absolutely not. He is nothing like me. He's a very conservative investor, whereas I, on the other hand, can sometimes take some risky foreign leaps.
No. You misunderstood me. I mean, he like you. Does he like you? Like, like your friend?
I don't know. I suppose not. Do ask the most appallingly personal questions. Excuse me.
The reason I asked Harold is because you look like you could use a friend.
A friend.
Yeah.
And what is a friend? Someone who cares more for you than they do themselves? Not likely. Not in this world of rats and backstabbers in which we live. Why, I would
Harold, I don't understand why you're saying that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelts. We are experiencing engine problems and may have to make an emergency landing. I am asking that flight attendants also return to their seats at this time.
Those are words I never wanted to hear in an airplane. I don't want to die in an airplane.
Oh, relax, Harold. We're in a big, modern plane. Now, the ones I was in, over the Pacific, those were old tubs, barely hanging together. We're in a modern plane. It's got 2 good engines. One can get us down. Relax. Nothing's going to happen. Relax.
That's easy for you to say. I'm scared to death.
Harold, take a deep breath. Slow your breathing down. Slowly. Harold, come here. Come here. Harold, come here. Come on. We will be fine. The plane will land. We'll be fine. Nothing's going to happen.
I feel just like a child. I mean, nobody ever did this for me, not even my mother.
Well, maybe she should have once in a while,
Your attention, please. I have some good news. We've restarted the #1 engine, but just the same, we're going to land in Atlanta for some maintenance work. We'll be granted free transfers to continuing flights. Please accept my apology for the inconvenience.
We're fine.
Oh my. Well, Harold, I think I should do something to thank you.
No, you would have done the same thing for me if I was scared or worried or something and you could have helped me out. Forget about it.
I doubt that. No, I really would like to give you some help. Could you use any?
You really mean that?
Absolutely. Life is too short not to help someone like you.
Well, it's not for me. It's my wife, Eloise. She had hip replacement surgery. Okay, something went wrong.
And how's she doing?
She's in a nursing home, and I've been doing our budget and all this stuff, and between Social Security and our life savings, it's a struggle, and in a couple of years, we might be close to when I have to file for bankruptcy.
Oh. How did you get on this plane?
Well, my daughter, she works for this company that has these frequent flyer miles and all that stuff, and she gave me a gift of first class.
Harold, how would it be if I set up a trust fund for Eloise that would take care of all of her nursing home bills?
A trust fund for Eloise?
Absolutely.
That idea gets my vote. All right. Got it.
And how about I do this also? Why don't I create another trust fund for you that would take care of all of your needs for the rest of your life?
Harold, no. Helping someone else like Eloise, that's fine. But for me, I feel like a freeloader. I could not do it. No. But if you want to repay me, I do have one favor to ask you.
Name it, dear Harold. Just name it.
My niece, Chantel, is getting married in Miami. I'd like to invite you to the wedding. I'd like you to meet them and see how good a family can be. I'd like them to meet you. I think we'd have a great time together. I'd like to invite you.
Me?
Yes, that's what I'd like.
Harold, I would be delighted.
All right.
Delighted to go.
That's great.
Oh! She's getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Let's kick up a rumpus, but don't lose the compass.
Please fasten your seatbelts if you haven't done so already. We will be landing in 5 minutes. I have been informed that a passenger is dancing in the aisle. Will he please be seated?
Oh!